Hey there, Amy here. Thanks for joining me. We're going to be making this card. These are my bonus projects from the Paper Pumpkin Kit in August. And as you can see, I've got one of the cards that came in my kit. And instead of using it, I am going to make it a stencil. So this is my designated thanks stencil. I am going to just take a strip that's about 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm also going to use my grid paper to make sure the card is straight in relation to my little strip. So once that's done, I'm going to take a little piece of washi tape, secure it over the end, and it also is going to protect the edge of my stencil so that I don't go over and get it on my piece of white cardstock. Take your Hello Honey ink, and you can do this with the little Stampin' Spot that came in your kit. I'm just using my ink pad because I have it handy. And gently use your dauber to add color. Now if you would like a gradient color sort of from the top, like your top darker and your bottom lighter, you can just go a little more intensely along the top and drag it down so see how my top is a little bit darker here. I'm going to take my piece off of here and then just carefully peel it off just so I make sure my paper doesn't peel up with that. And there you go. I'm just going to put my, so here's the sample. The pieces, these two pieces I actually have left over from the bonus cards that I made in part 1, and I'm going to show you a little trick for attaching these little strips. Now together they're a little under 1/2 inch, so I'm going to just take them and put them together like that and use my snail or dado as it were. And then you pull them apart and put them where you want them. And I'm going to show you also how to make this, it's kind of like a fake button. So, you know, the kit came with a whole bunch of these little circles, and they are specifically for closing your fancy little envelope. But I'm going to use them today to kind of make a little button. So I'm going to start with one of the big ones that's pink, and I think I'm going to go with a yellow. And I just use glue dots, so go ahead and just start layering stuff on. Put your smaller one onto this one, and then I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle and just there we go. You can finish putting your card together. Nothing special with that. I'm going to show you how to make a little shaker frame. So since this kit came with sequins, it was sort of naturally where my brain went. I have a strip of window sheet that's 2.5 inches wide. 2.5 inches wide, and I'm just gonna make it so that it fits right here. So go ahead and just trim it like that. So you have a piece of window sheet that's going to cover the hole in your heart. Aw. Anyway, so here's what I'm going to do for my window sheet. I'm just going to put some of this adhesive around the opening. And that's just going to stick my window sheet right here to the back of my little card. So now you can totally use it like that, but I'm just going to show you a quick way to make a little window, a little shaker card out of the extra dimensionals that came in your kit. Okay, so here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. Wrong way. Here we go. Okay. Now you can see the edge here is all one piece. So I'm going to just make it easy for myself, and I'm going to use the edge to begin with. And it's actually, sorry, I keep going out of my light. It's actually kind of bendy already, which is a good thing for this. So I'm just sticking it down as I go around the back side of this heart. I'm going to use the other side. And you can use, I have already like trimmed a bunch of mine off. If you still have yours all intact, then go ahead and just use as long of a strip as you would like. You don't want it to extend over the edge here, so it stays hidden. But you can get pretty close to your heart. Sorry, my camera work is terrible today. I'm just going to go back out a little bit so I don't keep cutting you off. And then, you know, I like to cut my little dimensionals in half. So I'm just going to fill in the gaps here like that. All right, you see where we're going with this? Awesome. Now I'm gonna just sort of mat that right on there. So I'm just going to trim this off. Okay, there we go. So this one is just a little bit over 3 inches, and you'll remember from the other movie I just cut one of the card bases into 4 different pieces, so I have 4 of these to work with. Now the trick so that you can kind of get this matted properly is just to take some of the sequins and dump them off into a little pile in the middle here. And if you want to add more sequins or confetti or something else, you can do that. This would be the time. So peel off all of the backs here for your little guy shaker card. Okay, once all the backs are taken off, you're just going to scoot those all to the middle and stick this down. So now that you have your shaker component, you can just build that onto a card. I'm going to use just a real easy note card and envelope set. And then just to adhere. Instead of flipping this over and adding, I mean you could, but it's kind of bumpy. It's going to add a little instruction just because of that dimension there. So there you go. Now you have a little card for a teacher or a friend. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the August Paper Pumpkin. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. There's about one more week until the Paper Pumpkin special expires. So you can get the next 2 Paper Pumpkins at half price. So use the code HALFOFF2, the number 2, and go to mypaperpumpkin.com and please choose me as your demonstrator. I'm Amy Conkle. Thanks.